Hi, everybody. It's me again. I'm here with the second part of my story. Today, I'm going to tell you about my daughter's mental health illness and how it affected my entire family. Yes, I know that there's hope. I know that it gets better. I know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I also know that there's a God that is always there to help us through and that He won't give us more than what we need or more than what we can carry. At 14, my daughter Sophia came to me to tell me that she was hearing voices. Yes, voices. As a mother, what am I supposed to do? My daughter's hearing voices. She wants to kill herself and is telling her to go on and kill herself. At that moment, I lost it. I have worked with families, but this have never affected me like that because I was the therapist. But now I find myself being the mom, playing the role of my client. And it affected me in ways that I cannot tell you. It's sad. It is sad, really sad. But there's hope. Things will get better. When she told me that she was hearing voices telling her to kill herself, my first thought was, I need to call for help. I need to do something. I can just pretend that I didn't hear this. I have to call the crisis center. I have to call 911. I have to take my daughter to the hospital. I have, as a parent, the responsibility to take care of my daughter. And take care of my daughter, I did. Yes, I did. It wasn't easy. I took her to the hospital. I called the mental health clinic, desperate, crying, confused, feeling like my life was over, but it wasn't over. I knew that I had to be a pillar for my daughter. I had to be strong because she was going to use me as a walker and I had to be strong for her. I knew that. We went to the hospital after talking to the clinician at the clinic. She told me to take her to the ER. I did. They were waiting for us when we arrived. I never forget that day. Never. I called my husband and I told him what was going on. I was desperate. My daughter was in the unit, mental health unit, the whole day. They did assessment on her, and then they found out that she had to stay there for the whole week. What am I supposed to do? Now I have to give my daughter to the hospital staff that I don't know who they are. My daughter that I have to protect from everybody at all times because she's only 14. She had to stay there for the whole week. And walking away from the hospital for me without my daughter, I was sure my world was over. My depression was on zero and it went up to 40, 50, 60 in seconds. I was depressed. I was confused. I felt alone, even though there was people around me. I just wanted to stay with my daughter. And the worst part is that I could only visit her once at 6 o'clock for 1 hour. When you're not used to that, it's difficult. You can only trust that she's going to be okay, that nothing's going to happen to her, that she's going to be safe, that she's going to be back to the happy girl that she once was. And I pray, and I pray, and I pray until I couldn't pray no more because I had to believe in something. Because I knew that God was on my side. I knew that. Because if it wasn't because of Him, I would have been on the ground, collapsed. And I thank God every day for my daughter. After she left the hospital, a week later, with meds and many appointments, and a therapist appointment every week, and a psychiatrist appointment every other week, medication management every month or so, using my daughter like a giving her different medications to see if it will help her depression. She was diagnosed with psychosis, with auditory hallucination. I knew I knew that diagnosis from working with other people, like I said, but I never knew that my daughter was going to be diagnosed with that diagnosis, and depression and anxiety. Then came the panic attacks. It was overwhelming. I did not know what to do. But I'm here to tell you that there is hope. Yes, there's hope. There's hope. You have to be strong for your child. You have to be strong. You have to advocate. Advocate for your kid. Nobody else can do it better than you. You had him 9 months inside you. You gave birth to him or her. Advocate for him. There's free stuff out there. There's good medical help out there. There's support group out there. Advocate for your child and don't let nobody take that away from you. Because nobody else is going to advocate for them. So what I did, okay, my daughter was in high school. I went to the high school. I told them about my daughter. I took their safety plan with me. I gave them a copy. I talked to the counselor. And I talked to the coach, the social worker, and I made a support group, a wrap-around support group that was going to be there for my daughter when she get her panic attacks, when she was feeling down, when she was hearing the voices, if they came back. Many years, my daughter had panic attacks and I had to leave my job, and I had to run to the school and pick up my daughter and take her home. And she was scared and fragile, but I was still feeling strong. I was still there for her. I asked for help because I knew that there's only so much as a human being I can do. So I reached for help. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. I used the village, the community, the towns, the counties, everybody that I could at that time. And today, I'm happy to say that my daughter's doing better. She still gets panic attacks. She still suffers from anxiety and depression, and her diagnosis is the same without the auditory hallucinations. But I am here for my daughter. I'm her biggest fan, and I let her know it each and every day that she could count on me, that she can call me, she can text me, she could talk to me. I am her mother, and I'm also her friend. And I educated myself more, even more, because I want to understand what my daughter's feeling. I want to understand what she's going through. And in her darkest time, I want to let her know that there's a little light at the end of the tunnel. That life is not dark like she sees it. That there's beauty in life. That there's a rainbow shining for her. That there's a bright future waiting for her. That she's beautiful even though she feels like she's not. Every day is a struggle for my daughter. But there's hope. There's hope. Because with treatment, I see my daughter get better. With therapy, I see my daughter get better. With all the talks we have and my support and everybody else support around her, she doesn't feel alone. We're still working on the depression, and then came the cutting, something new to me. I'm reading about it. I'm educating myself about it because there's free things that I can look up to read in the internet. I could ask the doctor. I could go to the library just to educate myself. I could go to a support group that talks about what it means when they cut. Why would anybody want to hurt themselves? Why does anybody wants to feel pain and impose that pain upon themselves? Because cutting is a cry for help. That's what it is. And even though I tell my daughter I am here for you, in her darkest time, she may feel that she's alone. But we're going to work on that. And we're going to make things better. And I'm still going to be here to support my daughter. And I'm still going to go out there and ask for help. And I'm still going to attend support group and conferences on mental health and see the news on mental health, what's new out there. Because when you educate yourself, it's a power. It's a power that you get in it's knowledge. Education is a tool and it's free. It's free. You don't need to pay to educate yourself. When you know what's going on with your child, you are better able to help them. And then you're gonna feel that you're not taking this journey alone, because this journey is not an easy journey. It's really rocky and confusing. And it has a lot of obstacles that you might feel that you want to give up and throw your hands up in the air. But don't. Don't put your hands up in the air yet. Don't throw the towels in yet. Your kids need you. Tell them that you're there for them, that they could talk to you. And that's the tip that I'm giving you as a mother. You are not alone. And it still hurts me what my daughter's going through at this time and what she has gone through in the past. It still hurts me because I'm her mother. And sometimes we feel that no matter what we do, we don't do enough, or no matter what we do, nothing's going to change. But there is change. If it wasn't for all the support that my daughter have around her right now, she wouldn't be here with me today, because she was also suicidal. What else? What else can happen to her? What else can she get, right? You would think. But like I said, I educated myself on her diagnosis, and I continue to educate myself on the cutting. And I want to share my story so that you can know as a mother that you are not alone. Ask for help. Because when you ask for help, people reach out. You'll be surprised. Don't take this journey on your own. Don't become a superhero and you're going to end up like a zero. Reach out, educate yourself. In my next video, I'm going to talk to you about some symptoms and signs that something is not right with your child. Sometimes we think it's just that the kid is hyper, but that's not the case. There's a lot of mental illnesses that if we don't educate ourselves, we're just going to blow it in the wind and pretend that everything is okay. No person, child, old, young, should live with a mental illness and feel so alone that they have to commit suicide. Support your child. Take him to the doctor. Educate yourself on the diagnosis. Don't blame him or her. Don't blame yourself. It's not my fault that my daughter got a mental health illness. If I could change things, I would erase it from her head, from her brains. All I can do is be here for her, support her, and let her know that she is not alone and that there is hope. There's psychotropic medications out there that can help her. It all depends. It all depends on you as a mother. What are you going to do for your child? Thank you for listening. And in my next video, I will talk about mental health, of course. What I've done to feel better. What tips on how to maintain myself well, keep this smile, even when I think and know the things are falling apart around me, how to stand on my 2 feet when sometimes it's easier to just let go and fall. I will talk about those things in my next video. Don't miss it, please. Thank you, and God bless you and your child.